Okay, so this is video 24 for me. And I
Wow.
have, yeah, right? I know I did this challenge and then I decided, you know what? Like, let's just keep going. I got all these great interviews, like this
I
wonderful
love it.
human, Jacob Maxwell.
Oh
Thank
my
you
gosh.
so much for taking your time with me today. If you don't know about Jacob, he is someone I met in December, a year and a half ago, at a Christmas party that I was helping. Like, I got hired to run the Christmas party, and this guy was the musician. And we're just talking. And at that time, I had no idea that you had already been on The Voice and you're doing all these amazing things. And this guy's like killing it. I mean, he did Jingle Bells, all of the great stuff. The
It was pretty epic.
right? So that is where I met him, and then known his now fiance for a while, and then him and I, right around Thanksgiving, we're both flying to Atlanta, and I got to sit next to him
Flight
and,
buddies.
and really got to know you.
Oh yes, you did. That was the worst color of me that anyone could have seen. With a little flight anxiety, you really bond with somebody.
Yes, you do.
My
So
forever flight buddy.
we just talked through it, and we got there.
You did it. I didn't crash. I couldn't believe it. I was convinced.
Would you like to let us know anything else about you, what you're up to, or anything like that?
You thanked me for giving me the time, and I really haven't done anything at all ever since the quarantine. So, you're welcome giving me all the time that I have, other than my drive-through coffee shop working. Um, but there hasn't been a ton of new stuff. A lot of things have just been on hold from all this. There's a lot of gigs that have been postponed, and so I'm hoping, should things be lifted soon, I'll just be able to kind of hit the ground running, ready to be playing a lot of shows and stuff. But nothing's confirmed yet.
So
So
I get it. Like, I'm doing events.
crossed.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, it's all up in the air to wait and see.
Yeah.
So a couple quick questions, some fun ones. You are a local to Coeur d'Alene area. So
Mhm.
what is your favorite thing about Coeur d'Alene?
Um, my favorite thing about Coeur d'Alene, there's quite a few. I don't know if there's one that quite kind of trumps the other, but um, I love that there are four seasons, because I really love the summer, and I think I'd hate it if it's all I had.
Right.
And so, even though winters can really suck here, I love the constant change, and so you can appreciate all the different, I don't know, perspectives with weather and those emotions and moods that it brings. So, like, Christmas is always so wonderful, and summer is always so warm, and I just love the change of seasons.
Me too. That's a good one.
Yeah,
What is the first thing you will do as soon as the stay-at-home order is lifted in Idaho?
I'd say the first thing. I mean, it's super simple, but there's just so many people that I haven't been able to see once. I just want to have like the biggest hangout with all my friends. I just want to go, and assuming it'll be warm by then, like, I don't know, just go outside and hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just
Give
want to see
someone a
people.
hug.
Yeah, just hug everybody. Like, see anyone on the street and give them a hug and be like, "I love you."
I feel like that's where I'm going to be at.
Yeah, totally.
Let us know a couple of your hobbies outside of music and your wonderful fiance.
Well, that does limit it to very few other things that I do, but I love people. I love being able to connect. And so, as simple as spending time with people is, I love getting to know new people. Um, I love being able to travel. Since the show ended, I've just made a lot of friends that live in other places. So I've been able to go to Europe, New York, and Georgia, where I saw you at the plane. Um, and so, what I love to do is actually, like, go on trips with people. I've had some of the greatest memories just going on road trips and planning things out like that. But outside of music and time with my fiance, I really try to keep it a little more minimal, just with
Yeah,
all that I do every day.
exactly. So what, as anybody that's watching this, what got you into music? Yeah.
I think, in a weird way, there wasn't like this major thing that got me into music, because I didn't grow up in a musical family. But when my oldest sister was probably 12, our parents got her this little, like, $30 guitar, and I just wanted to do whatever they were doing. And so the moment that she wanted to play guitar, I also wanted to play her guitar. But for whatever reason, when she got over it and just didn't want to play it, I actually found it really fun. And so when I was like 12, actually, is the first time I was just decided I want to play guitar. I'm not insanely athletic, and so it's easy to kind of dwindle it down and be like, so what could I even do? Um, But guitar really came naturally for me. It was just one of those things where you started trying something and it just worked. And um, yeah, there wasn't really this huge push. I just started playing, and there was this realization of like, oh, this is like the best thing I could ever do, and it's always been that way.
And you're great at it.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, no, we actually been listening to your music
Oh
during the
my gosh.
quarantine on one of our playlists.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
When I started singing, I was like, oh, that's Jacob. That's weird. Like you know, do one of those moments.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So who is your biggest inspiration, whether it's music, outside of music, in your life?
Um, I'm insanely inspired by musically. I spend a lot of time listening to a band called Bahamas, and he just has a knack for putting the melody of his words into his music. And so the guitar plays the melody right before he sings it. And so it's really easy to like catch on to what he's doing. And he writes music in a unique way to me that I've been inspired by. But in terms of my life and just people that have inspired me, I feel really blessed to have had an amazing family. I'm really inspired by my sisters. Um, I find them to be really strong, driven women that are accomplishing their goals, and to have been the youngest and had them to look up to. I'm very inspired by them, as well as my parents give me a great example of, I don't know, how to be someone that loves God and loves people and it does the right thing. And so it's Coeur d'Alene. There's just wonderful people all around you. And so inspired by so many, but musically it's these select few. Like I grew up on Jack Johnson, and then the Beatles, and then like the Head and the Heart. And that's all kind of shaped a lot of my folk roots and my indie like finger picking styles. Um, but now I just want to learn like anything. Like I'm at a point in my musical journey where I really want to experiment with just implementing anything into something that I can create. So I've been kind of listening to any kind of music and just taking it with a grain of salt. But if
That's awesome.
that's kind of a bigger answer, but
I love it. I
there's
love
so
it.
much inspiration out there.
What is one thing no one knows about you? I
Oh
mean,
man.
select few know about you.
Sure, yeah, I'm like I'm a pretty open book. Um, I would say give me like 4 seconds to think of this because I'm not a secret keeper. Um, I would say a lot of people don't know about me. Um, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I think I got it. I got it in me.
I mean, it can
I would
be.
say certain personality traits of mine that I try my hardest not to show. So
Mm,
if you get to know me on a plane where I think I'm about to crash, or you just don't know me at all, um, doing this whole musical thing creates a lot of insecurity. And so I really try to be positive. And on the show, I really wanted to be like just always a smiling face and always encouraging. And there's always been this, I think, kind of God given boost of confidence when I was on the show. But in all reality, like there's so much insecurity and comparison struggles that I go through all the time. And if you ask my fiance, it's like a daily struggle. And so a lot of people probably don't know that doing these more socially and like expressing so many vulnerable sides of who you are creates a huge like open target just to feel a lot of like insecurity. So not to give like a really dark or sad answer, but I'd say
no,
not a lot of people realize that a lot goes into these things mentally and emotionally. And so it's tough to put on that brave face and,
I
keep going all the
it's
time.
it's a lot of people that are that are artistic. I think I have a lot of friends that are either musicians or do a lot of things, and they say the same thing. They're like, a lot of insecurities comes with this. We can act like these confident individuals, but then
Totally.
like internal, there's lots going on.
Yeah,
So it's good to show that you're human and that you have those as well as everybody else.
totally.
Awesome. So if you could give one piece of advice to someone that is pursuing music, what would you give that person?
Um, I would tell that person that opportunity never leaves. Um, I think a lot of people think they have to be one in a million,
Mm,
and um, I haven't proven that to be a lie, but I don't believe that's true.
right.
I think opportunity is always around us, and it's just a matter of how hard you try. And
Mm,
so when I got on The Voice, I didn't go, "Wow, I'm that good." I went, "Wow, like I should have just I submitted a video and I gave it my all." and then they accepted me. And so when it comes down to like how I'm supposed to do it and how do you get where you go, I think it's about being consistent and trying your hardest, because I don't think it's actually, I think so many more people could find success if they really applied the work. So I would give somebody who's not sure what to do advice to just, as generic as it is to say go for it, it's like, just know that if you give it your best and you're confident that you're good at what you do, people are going to also agree with you, and people are going to give you opportunity all around. Because we're from this small town, and I got on The Voice, and it wasn't because I was that good. It's because I tried really hard and I went at it for years and years until something worked. And that will happen to anybody that tries like that.
Exactly. And you have the talent to go with it. So when the two, consistency and that talent, is met, it's wonderful.
Yeah, totally.
Perfect. Well, last question is, what's next? So what's next for Jacob Maxwell? What is next? And besides getting married, besides all these wonderful things musically or whatever, what is next for you?
So outside of getting married in the fall,
aren't you guys getting married in the spring?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's fall.
I probably told a bunch of people next spring out of fear to actually ask her to marry me. But I got the ring, and so I was going to wait like 5 months, and I waited 8 days.
Perfect.
It was 8 days later. So everything sped up. But so we're getting married in September, and then Timmery is just as adventurous, if not more than I am. And so we really want to be open to going to a bigger city in the next 3 years maybe. And so we want to hunker down. I want to hone in on my craft, and so does Timmery, because she wants to pursue writing or some sort of creative field. And so what's next for me is I want to be writing a lot of music. I want to be playing more shows. I want to be releasing more music just throughout the next couple of years that I just feel inspired to share. And then as much of a kind of far-fetched, just like make it big idea is, I want to move somewhere and get a booking agent and just like go all in and get out of Coeur d'Alene for a little bit. That to be a little more of a realistic and pragmatic person, I'm aware that probably won't happen, in the spring, but we're going to really start diving into what it is we're passionate about and making bigger moves.
Awesome. So that's amazing.
First step is getting married though, and then we'll go do whatever.
Yes. And then how can our community support you right now?
I love money. I'm just kidding.
I love honest answers.
Yeah, honestly, if people gave me money, I would feel so encouraged. No. Honestly, the best way for the community to support, I've never felt more support from my community from when I got off the show, and for almost a year to have gone by, and I wanted to do a concert last January, and the people that still want to come support and appreciate it is just shocking. And so I don't think I could have asked for a more supporting and encouraging community. So I honestly don't know if I can even say what I need, because I feel like I'm giving it all the time. So
keep listening to your music though, right?
Yeah. I mean, if people want to keep listening to my music, that would just mean so much. I have a few songs up there that have continued to grow in listens, and that's just such a exciting thing. And so to stay invested and stay involved, knowing that I'm going to continue to put new things out and to listen to it and share it, is the best thing that I can probably ask for.
Awesome. Yeah. Beautiful Woman's my favorite.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I have a question for you, Tabitha.
Oh gosh.
What is your favorite color?
It is blue.
Okay. I was going to guess green.
No, but we painted this wall. It's like the darkest green, and I'm wearing green. I don't usually pick green, but right.
Well, I thought I knew you, but I guess
not.
I guess not.
Thank you so much for taking time today.
Thank you so much for having me. Great talking to you.
Bye.